We're going to talk about Lenox tools tonight and a few other things. I was going to make this a short video, a shorts on YouTube, but I thought there's enough here to talk about. And these are 1, 2, 5, 6 of my favorite Lenox tools. I realize that Lenox is not the brand that it might have used to be to some of you guys, but to me, it's pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. It was one of those brands that I got into, and for apartment maintenance and maintenance in general, it's just worked really well and has held up really well. And, you know, strangely enough, I never really shopped at Lowe's, so I didn't know Lowe's sold Lenox. I bought most of this crap offline, actually all of it. But we'll discuss some things like, blades and all that stuff. And basically, I love it. The first thing that made me love Lenox was this aluminum 12-inch pipe wrench, which I think it's the bee's knees. It's really good. It's held up well. I got to, get some of this rust off and stuff. I don't upkeep my tools too well, but man, like once I had a 12-inch aluminum pipe wrench, especially as a maintenance technician, it just lightened my bag so much. And Rigid and Husky makes a good inexpensive one, and you can find some on Amazon also, like Duratec and that. But Lenox to me was a name brand, and I'm sure none of this is made in America. It's probably Apex Tool Group or something. I haven't researched that far into it, but it started off with this, and this was just fantastic. I do have a cast 8-inch Lenox pipe wrench that I always kept in my bag because a little 8-incher can just take you a long way in the maintenance realm. And then the second tool I bought was these, snips, tin snips, because in our apartments, when I worked apartment maintenance, all the walls were plaster and lath and, metal lath, lathe, whatever you want to call it, and wood. So when you're going through it to put in an outlet or, punch out for, shower control or something, you needed tin snips to take care of that lathe. And I have cleaned these up recently, the rust on them, and they're not long nosed. I would like to pick up a pair of long nosed ones, but these have held up well. They you can tell that they've had their abuse. But I've had these probably 6, 7 years, and they keep on going. And they're not the best pair in the world, but they work, and I like the handles, I like the grip, and they cut well. So that's all you can ask for in a tool. You guys have seen my short on this. It's just a fantastic little handsaw. You can get into tight areas. I keep messing around with this because I feel like you could shove a saw blade or something in there. But then when you close it, it's closed and it takes up that area. So I'm probably not utilizing that correctly, but you undo this and, it has a strong magnet. So I like the Diablo blades for sure. All right. They're good. I like them. But these Lenox gold stuff is really good also. I have no complaints with it. I think it's priced pretty well, and it's thin. So like, I'm just going to do a little thing here, but so this is bimetal. This is a Diablo carbide teeth, And you can see the thickness is just a little bit different there. The Diablo is a little thicker, which is to be expected, but here's a Milwaukee carbide tooth blade, and you could just see how thick and chunky that is, right? Made in USA, that's great. The carbide ones aren't bad, but their torch ones are pretty good. They're pretty comparable. I'm not going to just throw them out there, but still, they're thicker than the rest of the bunch, okay? And they're oddly shaped. But they do get the job done. They are on the thick end, though. So, Lenox, the cast iron cuts, you know, I've gone through stacks and stuff, old cast iron. And these have held up, these diamond blades. They've held up really good. On the angle grinder, I have the diamond blade wheel that cuts metal. It's held up good. I use their, you know, made in USA um, hacksaw blades. You got storage in the top there. This hacksaw is like one of the best it is the best I've ever owned. It's a simple design. You know, it's easy for blade change. You got storage on board, a nice comfort grip. It's just a nice saw overall, uh, and it's solid. You know, again, I'm not sure where it's made. I don't think it's USA made, but it's held up great. I have their little tiny one also, a little tiny hacksaw where you put the 10-inch blades in, and that thing works great, but it's pretty much a rebrand of a lot of things. You guys have seen this pipe cutter. This thing's worked great. This is like one of my more serious for copper cutting and all that. Worked great. This Lenox Gold knife, you know, I like the hard body knives. To me, they work better. I like the Lenox Gold blades. And this is kind of cool. It opens up like a butterfly once you get used to it, right? So it's got the blade storage and all that. But what you do is you push this button, the slide, down up here. You know, let me jab my finger here. But you can see these two things here. Once you push down, those go down. The blade slips out. So it has a great locking mechanism right there for the blade. It's a solid knife. I like it a lot. It's worked great. And last but not least is the, you know, more PVC they're rated at. It's 2 3/8 max OD. They are thick. They're big, but they're metal, you know. Metal, fully ratcheting. So, like, you just pop it out to whatever and then just ratchet down and it cuts. Like, you can get it to cut like sink drains and P-traps, but it's just going to bend the crap out of it. But it will eventually slice through in a pinch. These cobalts are actually the same 2 3/8 diameter, but a smaller footprint. But the thing is like these are like plastic, you know, and these will hold up. I've used these, and you know, I've used them in situations that they weren't meant to be in. It's just, again, it's probably not made in USA. I doubt it, but it's worked for me. It's a great brand. And these are the Lenox tools that have, you know, stayed up with me, kept up with me, and stood the test of time for me. And you know, I'm gonna keep them and pass them along to my kids. Um, again, you know, just in our time period here, yeah, they're not the American quality that everyone used to be used to, but good stuff. I like it, and it's worked for me, and it's going to keep on working for me. Sorry that I'll edit this video a little bit. But yeah, great stuff. And this, this, all of these are my everyday tool bags still. This is a little harder to carry around, but you know. And this got replaced by the auto cuts. These are just fantastic. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate you all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.